Swinging a high drive into center field. Hits at the wall. It is gone! Casas does it again. It's gone! It's into the bullpen! This game is tied!
He swings and rips one to center field. It's high, it's deep, it's back, it's gone! Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over! The Red Sox have won the World Championship!
All right, let's go. Play Tessie, episode 260. It's the official Red Sox podcast of WEI. Remember, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, rate 5 stars. You know the drill. Find us on WEI's YouTube channel. Subscribe to them on YouTube. Find all the Play Tessie episodes in the Play Tessie playlist there. Hit the thumbs up, and we really appreciate that. And then find us on the socials, at Play Tessie, on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Here with Sammy right now, but also joined by a special guest, Justin Slaten, who is freshly back from the injured list, a long recovery back, but he's back with the team, and he's excited to be back. And we were excited to interview him today at Fenway. It was great.
Yeah, he's got a great personality. He gave us great answers, elaborated a lot, learned a lot about necks and nerves and stuff like that. It sounded like a pretty painful injury he was dealing with, so glad to have him back.
A lot of uncertainty.
Yeah.
But let's just get right into this thing. I mean, he gave us a good amount of his time. We really appreciated how much time he gave to us. So here's our interview with Justin Slaten. All right, we're here with Justin Slaten. First off, how good does it feel to be back?
Oh, really good. I mean, it was a super long rehab process. A lot of time on the IL, a lot more time than we initially thought, but it feels super good to finally be back, be activated, and feel like a part of the team again.
Yeah, and last year you went down, and it kind of coincided with Chris Martin going down. Kenley missed a series, and that was really tough for the team. This year you went down, and for a while it kind of felt like they just didn't miss a beat. Yeah. How was that from your shoes? How awesome was it to see your guys pick you up like that and really just, they played great baseball.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say it was them picking me up. I said it at the beginning of the year, we kind of scuffled, myself, I blew a couple games in Toronto, blew one here against Cleveland, and there was, to me, like I always said, from the very beginning, we believed in all 8 guys that were out there in that bullpen. I think that number one, each and every one of us out there in the bullpen would go to war for each other any day, and it's just a super tight knit close group. And so, when I was down, it was nice. Obviously they were all shoving, but also having them just some of the guys checking in on me, texting me hey, miss you, hope you're doing good and stuff like that. So obviously super great for the team to be in the position that we're in, and it just made me even more excited and just trying to push through that last little bit of rehab to get back and join the team.
Hell yeah, I love that.
So your teammate Aroldis Chapman is having an unbelievable season. What's it like for you to share a bullpen with him, and is there anything you've taken from him this season that you're going to use in your repertoire as a baseball player?
Yeah, well, I think, you hit the nail on the head. What he's doing this season at age 37 is unbelievable. I remember watching that guy when I was in high school and college, just being how is he doing this? And to now be sharing a bullpen with him is insane. But I think the biggest thing that you can take away from him is just kind of just how he goes about his business. He's obviously been doing it for such a long time. So all of us want to play the game for a long time and be blessed to play it for as long as him and do it at as high as a level that he's doing it. And so you just kind of take the day in day out kind of stuff where it's not necessarily what he does in the bullpen or what he does in the game, but just looking at what he's doing in the clubhouse, how he's taking care of himself and coming to the field every day to handle his business is definitely something that I think a lot of guys could learn a lot from.
Last year you had Kenley too. Is it kind of crazy, you 2 years in the bigs, and year 1 you get that guy, you get Kenley, year 2 you get Chapman? How crazy is it? Do you just pinch yourself that these future Hall of Famers are your teammates?
Yeah, at first you do. It's one of those things, the first game, you're going out there in the bullpen, and the first time that a guy like Kenley warms up to go into the game, and then same thing for Aroldis, and then you get 10 games into the season and you're okay, we're doing the same job, it's pretty cool. So at first, you do pinch yourself in a little bit. You're wow, this is super cool. I'm getting to share the field, share the bullpen with these guys, and then like I said, you get a few games into it, and it's all right, he's just another one of my teammates, and so that feeling of kind of that starstruck feeling kind of goes away a little bit, but it doesn't take away when they go out there on the field, and for us last year when Kenley was kind of back and forth with Kimbrel in the saves thing, it was you find yourself maybe even taking a little bit for granted, like just how good they are and how like good they've been for how long they've been doing it. It's definitely special.
It really is crazy. Like, I mean, I share it with you. Like, I remember in high school watching these guys. Like, I remember Kenley take over the closer job in LA for the first time. I was like a freshman in high school. And like, here I am 28 years old and he's still just going at it strong. And Chapman coming over from Cuba. And like, he was a huge deal from day one, throwing 100 when not that many guys did.
Yeah.
It really is crazy. Back to being down with the injury.
Yeah.
You were out for a little while, and then you kind of had a eureka moment. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not smart enough to understand these things. I know it had something to do with a bone and a nerve. Can you talk about that eureka moment and like just what happened and what they told you, and then what you did from there to get back so fast?
Yeah. So yeah, it was initially like we thought it was just like some inflammation in the shoulder. Obviously, like everybody in the bullpen had been throwing a lot. It felt like just kind of this like dead arm feeling in a sense. And at first they were just kind of like, okay, like, yeah, the workload's been, really high the past like week and a half. So let's just basically just give you like the 15 days, take a breather and get back going. And then after a couple of days, like the symptoms, we were treating it, taking anti-inflammatories, just trying to get everything to calm down. And it just never kind of went away for like the next like 3 or 4 days. It stayed exactly the same. And the symptoms that I was having were a little bit alarming. So we saw a specialist come in to check on some things, and he didn't think that there was anything like abnormal happening. He was just like, I think everything is good, but obviously, we're just going to take some time. And then, so same thing. We just kind of stayed the course with what we were doing, and nothing was really getting better. And so then that was whenever we decided, they were like, hey, let's get some imaging, get this thing looked at and see what we can find. And saw another doctor, and she seemed to think that there could potentially have been something wrong in my neck. And so that was what she kind of wanted to see. So we went in and took x-rays. And when I got out of the x-rays came back, I was sitting in the office, and she was like, well, the good news is that it's not what we thought it was, which could have potentially been, I think, like kind of not great, not terrible, but not great. So she's like, yeah, the good news is it's not that. The bad news is that I've never really seen this before. And so she shows me the x-ray, and that's when she showed me like a picture of a bone in my neck. So like you have your cervical spine, and on your cervical spine you have these little like bony pieces that come off the sides, and they're called transverse processes. And we just saw through the x-ray, like she was looking at it, she's like, they should be this size, which was probably about like that big. She was like, they should be about this size. The ones in the C7 level of my cervical spine were like this big.
So basically from like a marble to a golf ball?
Yeah, I mean, roughly, yeah. Like, just a big difference. And the one on my right side, instead of, like, growing out like they normally do, had grown, like, down. Mm-hmm. And so it was just deformed. And it was just something that I guess that I was just born with. And so I guess, like, just from time, like, obviously, like, pitching, you're just doing this over and over and over again. So everybody, like, any pitcher you look at, they're kind of, like, body symmetry is going to be a little bit off. And so I had just gotten a little bit like misplaced. The front shoulder was kind of coming forward, and when all that started happening with that bone being there, it was closing off this space that typically should be there, and it was kind of like causing, I guess, like a kink in a way. And so that was pushing on some nerves, pushing on some blood vessels, and it was causing pretty much like all of the symptoms that I felt. And so she, the doctor said that she felt like it was something that, like, one, it's not going to get worse. And so that was good. That kind of like made me feel like, okay, well then I'm good to start like pushing forward with the rehab process. Right. As long as I know it's not going to get worse. Let's kind of just get to work and see what happens. So, with the training staff, who was like tremendous throughout the whole entire process, I like can't be thankful enough for them, but they came up with a good plan. And it was like, we think that, your body's just a little bit out of whack. If we do a lot of like posturing stuff, like try and like draw the shoulder back and open some stuff up, that it'll clear up and go away. And that's what we did. And in a matter of like a week or 2 weeks of doing that, it like pretty much all of the symptoms went away. And after that, once the symptoms went away, it was just a matter of like building back up. And so that's kind of what we've been doing for the past month.
That's unbelievable that just a week of doing that can change everything, can make that go away and just really set you on a fast track to return like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, especially like I said, like the doctor, she comes in and she's like, I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
So you're rehabbing, you're getting all this imaging, working with the doctors, building back up. Sounds like you're learning a lot too. Fast forward to now, you're dropped into a playoff hunt. What's that been like for you to jump right in here?
Yeah, super exciting. I mean, that was part of the process in rehab was us. We were throwing bullpens and we were scheduled for a live BP, and I was like, look, I feel good. I want to go. let's bang these live EPs and just like get me out to Worcester or to Portland, whichever one was, the better option, and start getting some rehab games in the process, because I was tired of waiting. And I think, the training staff they felt really good about that. We felt really confident that, we were in a good spot. And so they were like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So, I think that the last 2 weeks have definitely been a big, all right, we feel good. Let's kind of put our foot on the gas and go. And so I'm feeling really good, really excited to be back.
So it's an intense playoff hunt. Speaking of intense, fans love they call it the psycho Slaten. When you strike someone out, you're muttering to yourself, walking around the mound. Take us behind that. When did that start? And are you able to tell us what you're saying in those moments?
Well, it's not that I couldn't tell you what I was saying, but a lot of the times I don't even remember.
You black it out?
Yeah, I do. It's kind of just I think I've done it for my entire life, and I don't know how I definitely was doing it at times last year, and I don't know it's the same thing. People have told me, they're like, what, you started talking to yourself. I'm like, I've been doing that forever. I think I just now it was it got caught one time, and then they were like, oh, let's get this. And so yeah, it's nothing bad. A lot of the times it's just telling myself just make the next pitch, or one pitch at a time, or if I make a good pitch, I'm telling myself good pitch, and there's probably some expletives thrown in there as well. But it's really just more about having confidence in the self-talk of I'm not gonna let whoever's in that box, I'm not gonna kind of let that sneak into my head for a second. It's just I'm gonna continue to tell myself that I'm better than you, and that's pretty much what it is. It's just self-talk. I think if you ask any guys in the clubhouse or in the bullpen, I'm one of the more mild-mannered, not a loud, not an in-your-face type of person, but when it's time to go, it's time to go, and you got to turn it on. So I think that's just kind of where it comes from.
I love that. All right, let's learn a little bit about Justin Slaten. Outside of baseball, what are you an expert in?
That's a good question. Probably, I would say sports cards. Sports cards are a big hobby. I collect sports cards. It's something I'm super passionate about. And other than that, I love playing video games with my friends. That's something that it's a big off-season thing for me. When I'm at home, I just want to be hanging out with my friends that I'm not able to be in the same proximity as. Playing video games, sports cards are two things that I'm super passionate about, and cooking in the off-season too. I take that pretty serious. I don't ever cook during the season. But as soon as I go home, I get the urge to start cooking and trying stuff out.
All right, I have follow-ups. What are a couple of your best cards?
My best card, I guess, from a monetary value, would be it's a Brock Purdy rookie PSA 10 autograph card.
How much is that worth?
Well, it wasn't worth a lot more. It was worth a lot more before last year. Right now, probably close to $2,000, but
Damn.
a couple years ago,
crazy.
when they had gone to the Super Bowl, it was worth a little bit more. So I'm holding on to that one. I also had a Jalen Hurts zebra card that was worth a good amount of money that I ended up selling this off season. But my favorite cards are probably, I'm a huge Packers fan, huge NFL football.
Welcome
person.
Micah Parsons.
Yeah,
huh?
that was a huge.
Yeah,
day for
huh?
me.
How about that?
Huge day for me. But my favorite card is probably, I got a Aaron Rodgers rookie card and a Jordan Love, a nice Jordan Love rookie card, both PSA 10. So those are two of my favorite cards.
What was the card when you were young, when you got it and you held it in your hand and you were like, holy shit? The first card you can remember doing that with? I started super late. I started back it was in 2022. I was playing in Frisco, and a couple of guys, they had gone to a card shop on an off day, and it was just one guy that was kind of into it. And so he was like, we're going to go to this card shop, and they went, and they were like, dude, it was the coolest thing ever. You got to come. So we ended up all going back, a group of 8 of us went back that night to the same card shop, and we just stayed there for 3 hours. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. That's awesome.
And that was kind of what started it. And I was not very at the time just a minor leaguer, so I was I don't have the money to just be blowing on cards, because it is a super expensive hobby. And so that was kind of the thing that started the itch. And so I remember that day I bought a box. It was just a $150 box of college football cards. And I was I'm just gonna buy this and we're gonna call it that. And I pulled a Bryce Young autograph, and I was like, whoa, holy crap.
God.
And so that was the first one. That was my first box that I bought, and I was like, wow, this is nice. And so then I just kind of kept stayed into it, and would kind of just invest in some cards through eBay and stuff, and then every now and then save up a little bit of money and go buy a nice box. But since last year, making my debut, we had gotten like a bonus check for going to the Dominican last year, and I got that money, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to spend this.
Bonus money.
I was like, yeah.
You justify it.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, I'm going to spend this on cards. So I kind of splurged a little bit, and that's when I bought the Jordan Love card, bought the Aaron Rodgers card, and then I was doing like a break online through an app called Whatnot, and that was where I got the Brock Purdy card. And that was really that was the first one for me, but one of my friends had pulled a card doing like the Whatnot thing back in 2022, pulled like a massive like Justin Herbert rookie card, and that was the first one. Like when that came in and we were all like huddled around the table looking at it, I was like, oh my god,
yeah,
like this is the craziest thing ever.
All right, so this has been a big question that we've been asking everyone on the roster. Give me your most controversial food-related take.
I had to think about that. I'm not like a picky eater, so it's like not something that I ever really think about. But like I would say like the one thing that like when I do say it, people are like, "What?" It's like I don't like Oreos.
Whoa,
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
They do get
That's
stuck
a
in
big
your
take.
teeth. It's a little uncomfortable.
I'm not like I don't like Oreos.
Oreos?
I like cookies and cream ice cream. Like I would eat cookies and cream ice cream, but if you just like put like if you put a whole bunch of like different like I guess like that type of like like chocolatey type of stuff, like cookies and stuff like that, I would like never take the Oreos. And it's not like I'm not like going around being like they're the worst. It's just not my like people love Oreos and there's like a cult following for them, but I'm not like a big Oreo person.
They're okay. I don't think they're good.
I love Oreos.
So follow up. Roman Anthony created some controversy when the Padres put his disdain for ketchup on the scoreboard. So we got to get your thoughts. Are you a fan of ketchup? Yes or no?
I guess. Oh, my first thing. What is the ketchup thing exactly?
So Roman Anthony said he thinks ketchup should be exterminated off the face of the earth.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we've been asking guys, and Bregman said he doesn't like it. Nate Lowe said he does like it. We're getting around on this one because the ketchup. It's a fascinating take because people are really passionate about it when they like it.
Yeah, exterminated is great. I know plenty of people that don't like ketchup, but I've never heard somebody say it should be exterminated. I love ketchup. I mean, I anything that ketchup should be on, I would put it on. Hamburgers, fries. I would say like hot dogs. I'm a ketchup guy.
What about hot sauce?
I like hot sauce. Like what? Well, do you mean like chips and salsa hot sauce or like red hot?
Kind of like Tabasco style.
Oh yeah.
Anything on the spectrum of hot sauce. Could be crazy
Anything
like
that
ghost
gets you
pepper.
going a little
Everything
bit.
plays.
Okay.
Everything plays. The only thing that doesn't play, in my opinion, is
Oreos.
Yeah, Oreos. Oreos and like I'm very picky about mustard too. Like mustard like on a hot dog only. All condiments play in my eyes.
All right. Final question. Have you seen The Town, the movie?
Oh yeah.
All right. Sammy, give me the Town question. I need a rehash on this one.
So
In the town, the big heist is they rob Fenway Park. So if you had to take 3 teammates plus a 4th to be your driver, past or present, who would you take?
Okay. I'd probably go all present. Just guys that I'm the closest with. Driver, Jaron, he likes cars, so probably have Jaron as a driver, and then
Not the first to say that. He's a popular pick for driver.
he's a car guy, so I'll
Yeah,
probably
he
put
fixed
him.
the car in the documentary.
Yeah, kind of, almost.
He tried. Next, I would probably go. I'd probably go Bregman because he's just so. He's a little bit. I would say like meticulous about things, so I think he would be like a good planner, and so we'd have him as a planner. And then the next 2 guys, I would just take. The muscle, the guys that I would just think I'd go to war with, and that'd be Greg Weiser and Garrett Crochet.
Yeah, that's some muscle right there.
Yeah.
That's some man right
Those
there.
are my 2 guys.
That's a good crew. Yeah, you're going to get it done. All right, appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you
course.
so much.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, big shout out to Justin Slaten for hopping on with the boys. We really appreciate it. Again, like tons of time he gave us, and I know he's happy to be back. I'm excited to have him back. Learned a lot about him. Like I've been an on and off card collector my whole life. Like I like to collect memorabilia. Like it's something I enjoy, and it's always cool. I like when players collect it themselves. He definitely seems like he's more into the football card collecting, which is also super cool. He's got some good stuff. That was supposed to be towards the end of the interview.
Yeah.
But like, how could we not elaborate on that? Super cool.
I hope he gets a big, juicy contract someday so he can just spend it all on sports cards. By the way, I thought he said sports cars when he initially said that.
Cars?
I was like, wow.
Like vroom vroom.
Yeah, vroom vroom. Like this guy, that's a heck of a hobby. But no,
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah.
C-A-R-D S or Z. So, yeah, hope he gets a big contract once he's a sick closer.
Just gets the Honus Wagner T206.
Just buy that.
A lot of these guys could legitimately afford to buy that card if they wanted to do it.
And shout out to this guy blowing us kisses at Fenway Park. We're recording from Fenway again, by the way.
Who's blowing us kisses?
This guy over here is blowing us kisses. Thank you, loyal listener. We love you too. But yeah, dude, Slaten, great to have him back. I've been saying all year long, I feel like the bullpen's a little bit short, so I feel, as a fan of the Boston Red Sox, a lot more calm knowing Justin Slaten sitting out there.
Plus, he's just such a good, reliable arm. It's great to have him back. I mean, to this Red Sox team's credit, they did hold down the fort while he was gone. But, I mean, it's way better to have him back, have numbers. I mean, there's always going to be elite, lethal lockdown weapons at the end of your pen, even when guys have off days.
And look, and now Fenway's playing the music. It's like, again, they're queuing
us off.
Look
here.
at our timing, though. This is 2 times
elite,
in a row.
Elite. All right, let's get on out of here. Before we go, remember, subscribe. We really appreciate it when you subscribe. Hit the 5-star button everywhere you get your podcast. We really appreciate it. Find us on WEI's YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up on all the videos. You can subscribe to WEI on YouTube. We always really appreciate that. And then find us on the socials at PlayTessie everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. For Sammy, for our guest Justin Slaten, for Joe producing, it is Gordo here for PlayTessie episode 260. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.